Hello, I'm Chris Birch and this is my new bike. So this is kind of my take on like the unicorn bike that people always talk about. A bike that I can kind of do anything on. I guess it looks a lot like a rally bike, but there's a bit more to it than that. So yeah, I'm really stoked with how it's come out. It started off with a 2025 KTM500. And what I really wanted from this bike is I wanted to be able to ride anywhere I want to ride. But I want to be able to do like really challenging single track, hard enduro sort of stuff, the type of riding that I really enjoy along the way. So kind of the concept I had in my head is I want to be able to jump on this bike, ride it to the South Island of New Zealand for a week, and do a round of the New Zealand Hard Enduro Championships whilst I'm down there, something like that. So the most obvious thing is the tanks, the massive tanks, like rally style. So they're basically, it's twin tanks, holds the fuel weight really low, really forwards, and they're pretty much a copy of the 450RR, the rally replica tanks, but made to fit the 500, the enduro bikes, 450 and the 500. Currently unavailable, but we're going to be changing that very, very soon. Yeah, they're freaking cool. They come with the big skid plate, is all part of the kit. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll be telling you how you can buy these pretty damn soon. The next, obviously, big visual thing is the rally tower, the Aurora super light rally tower. This is freaking cool. It makes the bike. The guys from Aurora, I know them from back in the Hallows Rally days when I was racing that. Met those guys, really big fan of the stuff that they make. And I definitely wanted one of their towers on my ultimate bike. At the moment, I've just got my GPS in there, but that'll be replaced with a rally tablet pretty soon. One of the ideas I have for this bike is I want to go and do some rally races with it at some point. Yeah, got obviously really good position for the GPS, super bright lights. It's a very, very lightweight setup, and it looks sick. So that's a good start. Suspension, WP Pro components, front and rear. These are all set up for me by Solid Performance in America, in Pennsylvania. In my mind, it's the best suspension I've ever ridden. And that was obviously a really, really important thing for this bike. Comfort, obviously performance, but safety is a big thing. I want to be going exciting places on that. That involves getting things wrong on unknown trails, and this suspension just soaks it up and eats it up, with otherwise I'd be having to try and desperately fix it. So yeah, really, really happy with the suspension. All right, let's have a look at the handlebars. There's a lot going on here. So starting off, we've got the XRC anti-fatigue flex bar mounts, proudly made in New Zealand, made in Canterbury. The guys from Hard Enduro, they've really helped me out. So I'm running their super smooth billet CNC throttle. So that's got a little roller bearing in there that makes the throttle action really smooth, and it means I won't have to clean it out so regularly. This is something I'm really fussy on, is that smooth throttle action. I'm running their clutch and brake lever, so folding indestructible clutch and brake lever, and also in here, Mrs. Birch, we've got the supports that reinforce all this, especially important on the clutch side. It's not uncommon to snap these clutch master cylinders at the mount. This reinforces that whole thing and makes it really, really strong. Also as well, a double take mirror, the best mirrors you can buy. In my mind, there's only two types of mirrors for adventure bikes and off-road bikes: double take ones and ones that aren't as good. So they fold, tuck in, out of the way there. And yeah, really good for riding past police officers. They like to see a nice road legal looking bike. So this bike is road legal. It's got a warrant, registration, and a goofy New Zealand number plate. But if you don't have to stop and chat to them, that's much nicer. Next is the seat. I obviously wanted something a bit more comfortable for the longer bits than the standard seat, but I didn't want it to reduce the performance in any way. So I find some of the other more comfort seats you can get, they go wide, too far forwards, and then that pushes my knees forwards and makes it harder to kind of do the more hard enduro sort of stuff. So I've got a nice wide bit, but it's right at the very, very back of the bike, nowhere near the range where I'm actually kind of doing my real riding. A couple of pleats in there, which is super important for the hard enduro stuff. Stops you sliding off the back. And it's a bit higher, which makes it more comfortable for me with the long legs. Opens up the hip angle a bit more. Can't do that with stock tanks. So some cool bits of tech we've got on this. First one is the Tax Pro Racing tire pressure management system. This is freaking cool. This is kind of like the pressure regulation systems they have in like racing trucks and that sort of stuff. It allows me to raise and lower my tire pressure as I'm riding along. So hidden inside the airbox, and I'll show you that in a second, is a compressor, a small lightweight compressor. And then, you come around here, we've got an air line running down inside the swing arm, down to the shark fin, which has a little gallery in it, which then pressurizes inside the hub. So you pull the original bearings out, original seals, and that put their own ones in it. And then it runs from the hub, you have an air line, to the low pressure system of the tubeless system. So I can raise and lower the tire pressure as I'm going along. Inside the tire, I'm running the Tax Pro Half Moose. So that allows me to drop the pressures all the way down to like a low pressure Hard Enduro sort of setup, and then pump them back up again for the more open stuff, so my bike's stable and I'm not destroying the moose. So I think it's obviously quite complex, but so far it's been reliable, and I think this is going to be a really cool part for this bike to kind of expand its usability. So obviously I don't want to be doing the open stuff with a full Hard Enduro moose setup. That's never going to last, it's never going to work. I can run a higher pressure for that, and then when I get to the more Hard Enduro stuff, I can drop it down to something that's more relevant. I can do all that by using the turn signal buttons. So at the moment, I'm on my lower pressure setting. So soft tire. And then we press a button. I can't remember which one's which yet. Yep. And then you hear the compressor firing up inside the airbox. Hopefully that works. And they'll come up, and then it will come up to 0.8, which is my going around the place pressure. And that's all controlled through the moto-minded bar switch, bomber bar mount. So I've got the combination switch block on the left side. It's all CNC machined, super, super strong. And on the right-hand side here, we've got the start and stop button, which is again, super strong, very, very durable. Now, now we're up to 0.8. Ready to fang down the road. How cool is that?
The joys of royalty, Chris.
Look at him there, letting his tyres down manually like a peasant.
I mean, you could carry on.
So whilst Liam's mucking around with that, I've already let mine down. So I'm running the Tax Pro system that allows me to raise and lower the tyre pressure in the back at the press of a button up in here. That's pretty fancy.
So what's with the other big black block box on the handlebars? That is the TSP ERM tool. This is freaking incredible. So this is a tuning device basically, but so much more than that. It's very, very complicated, and it's for very clever people, so I'm trying not to screw this up. But basically, I can change my map. So I've got all the information I need, that sort of stuff. Change my maps, traction control off and on, quick shifter off and on, all that sort of stuff as I'm riding along. And the most important part of this is you can tune, come on, curse the camera, there you go. Tune and modify your map to your liking. So you can adjust your fuel mapping, your ignition timing, anything else, throttle response up and down, engine braking up and down, in both the white map and the green map. It's freaking incredible what you can do with this thing, basically. I'll be honest, I'm only just scratching the surface of what this can do. It comes with a map that they've got set up for the bike. So I'm running their TSP map for the 500 with the Aquaprovic exhaust. And that alone is a massive improvement over stock. And I was able to flash that to the ECU just using this device. But from there, I can start modifying that map to my liking. So I've made the white map, which is the more mellow map, even more mellow. So that's really important for the Hard Enduro sort of stuff. When it gets into the ugly stuff, I can swap it over to the white map, and the bike's just going to be a big pussycat. It's going to be mellow, lots of traction, nothing aggressive. Switch over to the green map. I've made that even more aggressive. So that's when it really starts to light up and be really fun to ride. Not exactly efficient, but just really fun. More aggressive power, very little engine braking. And you can tune and modify all that to your liking, all through this very, very powerful bit of gear. It's definitely one for the fiddlers. If you like messing around with your bike, you're going to absolutely love it. If you don't, you probably won't. But I like messing around with bikes. Mitas tyres, front and rear. TerraForce EXSM on the back. TerraForce something or else on the front. What else we got? One of our Say No to Slow brake pedals. Oh, and very, really important, the Say No to Slow oil cap. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I've forgotten about, but for now, we're gonna go ride it. So this weekend we've got a 2-day ride in the central North Island. I'm gonna start in Rotorua, go all through the forest, overnight into Taupo, then back again the next day. And this is gonna be the perfect first ride for this bike.
Oh, it is prime, Leo. Two days of chocolate cake, is it? Oh, I'd forgotten how much fun 500s are, eh? They're so mint. Oh, it's just a big tractor, eh? Whew, well, that's fun.